Hey y'all, my name is Adriana Alejandra, and if you didn't already know, I do makeup. Today I'm going to be showing you how I got this look from a Milani Cosmetics haul that I got this past week. So if you want to go ahead and see how I completed this look and all of the products that I got in the haul, then keep on watching. I went ahead and put my hair up so that we can start. I shaved my whole face yesterday, and so it was hurting a lot at first, but a good friend told me to put aloe vera on it, so I did, and it felt a lot better today. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what I got from Milani. I'll go ahead and tell y'all everything I got, and then I'll just start using it. So unfortunately with the haul, I did get two products that I have to return. One I have to exchange for my correct shade, and that is the Scream Queen foundation. I got the shade 220 Natural Beige, and typically my shade is more of like a golden yellow undertone, and this is in the shade 220. When I first opened it, I knew it was a little light for me. It actually looks like it would be a good color for me on camera. Bless me. It actually looks like it would be a good color for me on camera, but when I put it on my face, it looks really light. So I don't know, should we try it? I do have somewhere that I'm going this afternoon. I mean, it doesn't look that bad. It looks like it would match, but this is only on camera. I'm looking at the viewfinder here. I don't know. Let's just try it. Okay. If it doesn't work, then I'll just return it. So I got this. This again was $13.99. That was one product. The next product that I got, this was a gift for the purchase. This is the mini Make It Last matte charcoal setting spray, and this is just a setting spray. It's supposed to be 16-hour wear. I have never tried this before. The setting spray that is a holy grail for me that I used to use a while back is the Milani Make It Last setting spray. This is a big size. This is a jumbo. Let me look on my order. Yeah, Make It Last setting spray jumbo size. This was 15 bucks. I really actually do like this. The other product that I need to return is actually the Milani Rose Prep and Brighten, which sucks because I really wanted to try this item out. The reason that I need to return this item is because it came broken. Because it is an oil, the box is like coated in the oil. Let me show y'all. This is the product, and when I first pulled it out of its packaging, I was like, what the heck, like, is this all that, like, why am I missing so much product? And it's because it has a crack here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's cracked here, and it most definitely came out of that. So that's a lot of product to be missing. If it wasn't missing any product and I still saw that it was cracked, I would keep it, but that's a lot of product. And this was, how much was this? This was $14. So I'm definitely gonna ask for another rose oil, and hopefully they send that to me soon. But yeah, it is definitely, like, this whole box is drenched in oil. Like, yeah, it's just bad. So, but it smells really good, and I really wanted to try it out, so unfortunately I won't be able to do that today. That's one that I have to return. The first thing that I typically do before I apply any sort of makeup onto the skin is I apply some toner, and I just apply it onto my skin. I'm gonna go in with this Glassy Skin Balm. Love this product. I'm also going to be talking to you guys about some pop culture, and what's been popular these last 2 weeks has been that song WAP by Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. That song is so good. It's so good, so good, so good, so good, so good. I love that song. I love that song. It is pretty vulgar. It's basically, it's WAP, so it means wet, ASSPUSSY. And a lot of people are taking it as a woman's anthem, you know what I mean? Like taking back their sexuality. And so I live for it. I love that song. It makes me be like, yeah, I got that WAP. I got that WAP. But anyway, a lot of people have had a problem with it. And I don't know why. I mean, it's a song. I mean, that we do have those, you know, it's a bodily reaction to stimulation, to sexual stimulation. And it's real life. So why is it, I don't understand why it's such a problem. Unless these men that have a problem with it have never caused a WAP. And if that's the case, then that's their problem and it shouldn't be anyone else's. I just don't see why it's such a big issue. I mean, that song, Slob on My Blank, like Corn on the Cob, that song, that's a pretty out there song too, just like WAP. So I don't understand what the issue is. I'm gonna go in with this Bare With Me Sunscreen Daily Moisturizing Primer. I did already moisturize with that skin balm, but I do want to add some SPF because I am going to be outside today. I'm going to a really small get together with my husband's family, my family, and so I do want to start applying SPF. This actually has cannabis sativa seed oil. Sorry if you can hear my AC, it actually just turned on, so that sucks. It's really hot outside, so I'm not about to turn it off. But I have been trying this for the past 2 weeks, I think, and I hope it's working. I mean, I don't know. But I do apply a bunch just to make sure that I'm getting the effects of the SPF on my skin. I mean, I haven't noticed like a breakout or anything. I did let my sister-in-law try this too. We went and worked out outside, and so we needed SPF on our face, and I gave it to her and she didn't mention a breakout. Although because we wear masks daily, I have been getting a bunch of breakout here. I always got breakout in my chin and on my cheek area, but I no longer have breakouts on my cheeks. I now have a bunch on my chin, and so the pimples on my cheeks and the pimples on my chin used to always come at the same time, typically before I started my period. But now I have a bunch of, well, not a bunch, I have breakout on my chin, and it's all the time now. Like, it's all the time. So honestly, I'm pretty sure it's because of the masks. I want to go in on this WAP song, and I want to go over some of the lyrics. The intro starts off as whores in this house, there's some whores in this house, and that's repeated. And then Cardi starts off with, I said certified freak 7 days a week. WAP said out, like said in full, make that pull-out game weak. And then the chorus from Cardi B, which is, yeah, you effing with some WAP. Bring a bucket and a mop for this WAP. Give me everything you got for this WAP. And please keep in mind that when I say WAP, the song actually says the whole acronym in full. Swipe your nose like a credit card. Genius. I mean, just genius. Hop on top. I want to ride. I do a Kegel while it's inside. Spit in my mouth, look in my eyes. This blank is wet, come take a dive. I want you to park that Big Mac truck right in this little garage. I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you, I got this ring. Oh, I freaking love that song, dude. I freaking love that song. And then the next part with Megan Thee Stallion is literally my favorite. The second verse is her, and it says, gobble me, swallow me, drip down the side of me, quick jump out or you let it get inside of me. I tell him where to put it, never tell him where I'm about to be. I run down on him for I have a blank run in me. talk your ish, bite your lip, ask for a car while you ride that blank. You really ain't never gotta blank him for a thing. He already made his mind up for he came. Listen, girl. This song just... Let's keep going. Look, I need a hard hitter, I need a deep stroker, need a Henny drinker, need a weed smoker, not a garter snake, I need a king cobra with a hook in it, hoping lean over. First of all, if you've been with a guy and it doesn't lean over, can't relate. This is my favorite part. This is my favorite part of the whole song. My favorite part of the whole song. I don't want to spit, I want to gulp, I want to gag, I want to choke. I want you to touch that little dangly thing that swing in the back of my throat. Lyrical genius. I mean, it's no Eminem, you know, but it's just so catchy. Like, it's so catchy. It's so fun. It's a song that you can just sing along to. It's just so freaking fun. I love that song. My head game is fire. Punani Disani. We all know what punani means. We all know what Dasani is. It's going in dry and it's coming out soggy. I don't know if I'm gonna get copywritten for this. I'm not singing it. I'm just saying the lyrics. This is the good part. Your Honor, I'm a freak. B, handcuff leashes. Switch my wig, make you feel like a cheap tan. Put him on his knees, give him something to believe in. So now that I've applied all of my base, all of my prep products, I'm gonna go ahead and use the Screen Queen foundation. Again, this is gonna look really light on me, I think. So please just, I'm trying it out for the formula. I usually do a full coverage, so this is just a natural finish, and I just want to test the formula. I know it's gonna be light on me. I'm gonna ask for a different shade, so please don't come for me, okay? It smells like paint. What is the rest? The chorus starts again after that fourth verse from Megan. It's the same thing, so it's just the chorus again. And then the outro, there's some whores in this house, there's some whores in this house, and that repeats until the song is over. I don't understand why people have such an issue, and when I say people, I mean men. I don't understand why men have this issue, and the reason for that is because they want a woman that does all these things, that has a WAP, but when a woman tries to take back her, you know, her womanhood, and when a woman says these things, it's a problem, and I just don't get it. I don't see why. I don't see the issue. It's just ridiculous. Alright, so I'm looking at the foundation, and this is definitely not a full coverage foundation. It might be because it is lighter than my usual shade, but I still see the redness from the pimples here. So this is not gonna cover your pimples. I think what it is gonna just do is just gonna even out your skin. But for me, if I'm gonna buy makeup, I want it to cover my imperfections. So that's why I like full coverage foundations. Now if you don't have much discoloration or, you know, acne, then, you know, yeah, cool, you might like this. But for me, I like a full thing. So with that being said, I'm gonna go in with my Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation in Golden Beige. This for sure I know is my color, and I'm already out. I don't know if you can tell, but the difference in the tone and in the color is pretty significant. So moving on from WAP, I want to go ahead and talk about Tax Collector, the movie that stars Shia LaBeouf. He's actually one of the stars. He's not the main character, but he is one of the stars, and he's actually a big reason why I believe that the movie got such big recognition. The Tax Collector. This is how the review starts. The most misguided and poorly conceived film you will see this year, The Tax Collector is as compelling an experience as doing your taxes. It stars Bobby Soto as David, a tax collector for a criminal organization who is tasked with going around collecting the expected cut from local gangs. These collections often require intimidation and sees the money being transported via a bright red motorcycle because the gang apparently shares as much subtlety as the movie itself. Aforementioned intimidation comes from David's partner, Creeper, who serves as the muscle of the operation. Yes, Creeper is his real name, and he is played by none other than Shia LaBeouf. Creeper and David report back to the mysterious wizard, also his actual name, who runs the organization from deep in the shadows of a prison by phone. Business is good until an old rival of Wizard, regrettably not named Warlock, shows up and sets off a violent power struggle which will alter David's life forever. If the plot sounds like a weaker storyline from the series of Sons of Anarchy, that is because it absolutely is, only with none of the intrigue. The film substitutes substance with action sequences where everyone is riddled with an excess of bullets, but the story is similarly riddled with a stunning amount of cliches that undercuts any narrative investment. The character of David is barely one-dimensional, as he ranges from being largely passive in the plot to then being forced into a stock revenge narrative which goes nowhere. But where the film shifts from being mostly boring to bizarrely bad is with the character of Creeper. Before I go any further, I love that movie. I really liked it. I watched it with my husband, and did I watch it with John? I think I watched it with John. We liked it. LaBeouf is capable of giving strong performances and has proven to have an intriguing recent run in his career, from the stunning Honey Boy to the ethereal American Honey. He even put on a solid showing in writer and director David Ayer's film Fury. So Honey Boy is one movie and American Honey is a different movie. I've seen Honey Boy. I haven't seen American Honey. Honey Boy is based off his life as a child actor and the consequences of his father being his guardian, and he uses a specific term in the movie that I don't remember right now. It was pretty good. It was just a lot of back and forth. Basically, if you're a fan of Shia LaBeouf, you want to watch this movie, but just so that you can get an understanding of who he was and how things went for him as a child. If you don't know Shia LaBeouf and you don't know that he was on Even Stevens, or that you don't know that he was a child actor, the movie kind of doesn't make sense to me. I kind of felt myself backing away at the very end, and that's with being a fan of both him individually and his other work in movies, but also of the show Even Stevens. I watched that show when I was a kid from beginning to end. So I'm aware of the background, I'm aware of him, and I'm aware of the show and of the background that they're trying to portray of the show and of his life. It wasn't all that. I'm gonna be honest. I think it was largely hyped. I understood the concept. I understood the art of it and the complexity of the characters that are real life characters. It was a good movie. You just had to be invested in both, and to me, because I kind of knew where things were going, I kind of trailed off at the end. The Tax Collector was really good, in my opinion. The same cannot be said of The Tax Collector, as Creeper is not just horribly out of place, but also sees LaBeouf making increasingly strange acting choices at every turn. From scene to scene, Creeper mostly wears sunglasses, even indoors, which not only fails at making him more intimidating, but also keeps him closed off. The eyes can serve as an actor's most vital tool, making it perplexing why LaBeouf takes away that tool in nearly every scene. When he isn't wearing his shades over his eyes, he puts them on top of his head in a downright goofy way. It is hard to take seriously. Additionally, LaBeouf shifts in and out of an inconsistent accent, which never fails to distract from the gravity of any scene he's in. I don't know who wrote this, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna say at the bottom that the author of this article. The person behind the article makes a big difference in the review. The author's name is Chase Hutchinson. Need I go on? I'm gonna click on this guy's picture, and if I'm correct, this guy is gonna be white. I'm gonna go ahead and Google this guy. Chase Hutchinson. The News Tribune, that's where the article was. I wanna see a picture of him. Yeah, this is him. He is white. Not that that usually has anything to do with reviews, but it plays a big part of the interpretation of a movie. Because, for example, the part where it says in the review, the part where it mentions his glasses, I'm just gonna say the sentence and then I'll explain. This is Chase Hutchinson is writing this. When he isn't wearing his shades over his eyes, he puts them on top of his head in a downright goofy way it is hard to take seriously. Because this writer, this film critic, is white, he doesn't understand that that is typically the way that you wear them. The sunglasses brand, the name would be Lux, is the brand that typically is big in the Mexican Hispanic culture. When you do wear those type of shades, they're called Lux. And if you don't know those small details of a culture, you kind of look dumb, if I'm being honest, for interpreting that as a goofy way, because you're not a part of the culture, so you don't know that that's how they're worn. It's the small details. I'm gonna leave it at that. If you know, you know. Additionally, LaBeouf shifts in and out of an inconsistent accent, which never fails to distract from the gravity of any scene he's in. The accent he's talking about is the Chicano accent. You're not just saying Holmes and essay all the time. You know, there's certain times that you say it, certain times that you don't. In my opinion, I might be wrong, but I am a part of the culture. I am Mexican, so I kind of have an inside view of, you know, our culture. It goes on to say LaBeouf also has undergone a physical transformation for the role by having extreme cauliflower ear and reportedly a large chest tattoo, which is humorously never seen. These physical transformations not only don't add anything to the performance, but they also serve as a lazy substitute for strong characterization. When brief appearances by George Lopez as the surprisingly wise voice of reason, Uncle Lewis brings the only gravitas from any actor, you have a serious problem. The themes of the story are well worn and have been covered before, including by Ayer himself when he wrote Training Day, which starred Denzel Washington in an Oscar-winning role. But every single actor and narrative beat in The Tax Collector feels deeply derivative, and the story inexplicably leans hard into over-the-top violent action scenes late in the film. None of these sequences are particularly well constructed, save for a brief slow-motion sequence which passes too quickly to stand out. The result in more in line with Ayer's terrible Suicide Squad, though perhaps even worse, which is saying a great deal. I liked Suicide Squad. Forced third act revelations and a misguided attempt at a depth come far too late to coherently tie anything up. A directionless disaster with next to no redeeming qualities, The Tax Collector is a failure of a film you'll wish you could duck from your memory. 1 star out of 5. I think that some people might argue that if you are not from a culture, you shouldn't speak on it. Others believe that you can give a review and completely be unbiased. I don't believe that. There are specific things in the movie, like the sunglasses, that you understand if you're from the culture. If you're not from the culture, of course you're gonna see it as goofy. And that's what it is. I mean, I don't see why you would it's like, I'm a Mexican. I'm not gonna watch a film of black actors and, you know, look at something as goofy for me, but it's an everyday thing for them. You know what I mean? And yes, it can be as something silly as sunglasses, or it can be something as serious as our accent. I just don't think that this review was accurate. You can say that you don't like the movie. You can say that it went, you know, kind of nowhere. I liked it. But it's those little comments that to me are like, but you don't know because you don't know. I don't know. Let's move on. Next up, I'm going in with the Milani Retouch and Erase Light Lifting Concealer. This concealer is one that I tried yesterday and I really liked it. I felt like it was my shade. So let's go ahead and wear it today. I wanted to wait until I got on camera, but I had so much fun doing my makeup yesterday that I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna use it. I just had so much fun. I'm gonna go in with the Fit Me Matte and Poreless 220 in Natural Beige for the powder. Now this shade and the shade from the Milani foundation are actually the same thing. 220 Natural Beige, 220 Natural Beige. I don't know, you probably can't see that. Which is, it says a lot because I do use this powder to brighten. They are different companies and I'm sure use different formulas, but it does make sense. I'm gonna go ahead and brighten everything. I'm gonna go ahead and brighten my under eyes. Honestly, that review was trash in my opinion. It is mostly because if you're not a part of a culture, you're not gonna understand the small details, and so it kind of makes that review shit. I'm gonna go ahead and contour a bit with this Maybelline Fit Me in Cappuccino. It's gonna darken up and everything. You guys, I shaved my face and I have a really crazy hairline. My hairline is like, it's here so it's here and then a bunch of baby hairs grows down this way and then it comes out this way. So when I shaved my face, I just went ahead and I took that off and I rounded out my hairline to make it look a little bit more normal, because it looks weird. It looks like my forehead is just this like little hump there. I don't like that, so I did take off some baby hairs in order to make my hairline a bit more uniform. Cool, blend it out to the gods, bitch. Yes. Okay. Let me do my nose too. This is actually supposed to be a foundation, but Shine Free and Balance Foundation Combination Skin. I use it for contour. Tell me where I put it, you never really gotta ask him for a thing. He already made his mind up before it came. Alright, so I'm gonna blend out that nose contour with this Ego Tools Ultimate Cover brush. The bristles in this brush are really packed in there. Shia LaBeouf is daddy. What can you do? I didn't choose daddy, daddy chose me. Okay. And I'm gonna go back in with the powder. And I'm gonna use this little sponge that it came with. I'm gonna grab it like this. the next topic of conversation is going to be drag and drag queens. So I think it was when I was still pregnant that I stumbled across a show on YouTube called who's seen that show? Okay, that show is a show by two drag queens that were made famous, I think, don't quote me, on the show RuPaul's Drag Race. They might have been known before then, but I know them because of that show, and I know them because of their show that is on YouTube called Yes, the show is called like UHHNNNH. I don't know, whatever. Look it up. One of the drag queens, her name is Trixie Mattel, I think. Yeah, let me see. Trixie Mattel. I follow her on all socials. I love that show. It is hilarious, and I think for one video I'm gonna recreate Trixie's makeup. Let me show you guys Trixie's makeup because y'all are gonna scream. This is her makeup. You guys, I want to do this so bad. This is a 6-foot guy. Trixie is a guy, and the guy is 6 foot something. This is a big bitch, okay? Stunning. And the reason that I brought that up is because when I was fixing the contour, I thought about her because that chisel on her contour is everything. It's supposed to look that intense and that dramatic, but I want to recreate that look so bad. And I'm probably gonna look like a complete dumbass when I do it, but I'm gonna fucking do it. Alright, so I'm just gonna continue to powder my face, and we're gonna go ahead and move on to the eyeshadow. The eyeshadow, actually no, I'm going to, over the contour, I'm gonna apply some bronzer, and I'm gonna be going in with this Tarte palette. This Tarte palette I effing love. It has a bunch of bronzers down here, powder contours, I guess you can say, and then the eyeshadows up here. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in with that, and I'm gonna be using the shade Terracotta, and I'm only gonna apply a little bit because I don't want to do too much. That already does a lot when you first apply. Yeah, this brush is a travel brush from Real Techniques. Alright, just a bit. I'm not gonna do much on the eyeshadow because the lip is gonna be where I'm gonna do most of the focus. Right now I'm going in with the shade Sand and just I'm just evening out, I'm gonna even it out, okay, whatever. I'm gonna even out my eyelid. Hey y'all, look at my makeup so far. So fetch. That's not a word. That'll never be it. Alright, so I went ahead and applied the rest of the face makeup. I put on, what was it? Basically everything. The blush, the highlight, the of course I finished the eyeshadow. I did the eyebrows. All I have left to do is the eyelashes, and then I'm gonna go into the very last product of the haul, which is gonna be the lip kit. Raise your hand if you know of Bailey Sarian. She has this series on her YouTube channel where she talks about murders and mystery. Excuse me. That's my sneeze. If y'all know about Bailey Sarian, she does this series on her YouTube channel called Murder, Mystery, and Makeup, something like that. And she talks about unsolved mysteries, and she talks about murders and gives details on those murders and background stories on the murderers, and I love that series on her channel. my brother stumbled upon it on Facebook and he was like, hey, you should do that. To be honest, I'm not quite into all that murder and mystery and stuff. I watch hers because she's just so damn funny and she makes it interesting herself. But he did say that I should do it with movies and movie reviews. I love movies, so I was thinking maybe I should do it with movies. Just review a bunch of movies. I think that would be fun. Oh, did I talk about Rebelde? Rebelde's gonna reunite, I think. A lot of people just blew up on Twitter, I think, talking about it. They did take a picture together on New Year's, and so people were thinking like, oh, they're gonna get reunited, but we haven't heard much from them since then. So, I mean, fuck, that would be awesome if they did. I loved Rebelde growing up. That was a favorite for any kid that was a tween in the early 2000s, and I was, so I am living for it. I'm going in with the Pure Cosmetics mascara. Alright, so I am basically done with the entire look. The last thing that I have left to do are the lips, and I'm going to be going in with that Shoop color by Milani and Salt and Pepper. And this is a really matte and mauve-y color. The eyeliner is more of a brown and the lipstick is more of a mauve. So I'm going to bring you guys in a little bit closer. Okay, so like I said, I did use this yesterday. I do need to fix that eyeliner a bit. Cute. I love this color. And this is the lipstick. Okay, then zoom you guys out. Alright, so that is it for this look. I am loving this lip. I love the brown, I love the mauve, I love the combination of the two. It is pretty matte. I did put on chapstick right underneath just because I have chapped lips right now. I do have the Invisalign, and because I wear the Invisalign, I usually am always licking my lips, so I have dry lips all the time. I am gonna go ahead and use the little gift that I got from Milani, the Make It Last Matte Finish Spray. To supposed to dry matte. I actually really like it. I love matte anything. I'm pretty oily as far as skin is concerned. Like I said, I did try some of the products before filming today's video. I just couldn't wait. The products that I tried beforehand were the concealer and the lip kit. The lip kit I love. I love the brown, I love the mauve. The concealer worked well too. I didn't crease much. I usually always crease, but it's not always that noticeable if you have a really good concealer, and I thought that that was a really good concealer. The issue that I have with concealers is that I never picked the right shade, but I think I kind of hit the nail on the head there with that shade that I got from Milani. Really liked that. The jumbo spray I've used before. Hands down, holy grail. I have nothing bad to say about any of the products. The only thing that I am sad about is the rose oil that came broken and that I wasn't able to try out. I hope they're able to give me a new product that's not damaged. And for that foundation that wasn't my shade, I'm going to be returning that too. Hopefully I can figure out what shade I am. It's just so hard to pick the right shade on a website. You don't really know what you're getting. Sometimes they're correct, sometimes they're not. Unfortunately for me, it wasn't correct this time around, and so yeah, cross our fingers that I'm able to get the right shade next time. I really wanted to try that formula. It is a natural finish, and for me, because my skin tone is not even, I'm a mom, so I do have bags under my eyes, and I do still get acne every now and then. That finish did not conceal anything, so if you are, you know, if you have a baby face, if you're young, and if you don't have much acne, then that natural finish might work for you. Didn't work for me, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and return it. That might be good for work, especially for like my forehead. My forehead is pretty good. Like, I don't have any imperfections much on the forehead. It's mostly on the cheeks and on the chin, so yeah, I could use that for work, but I think I'm just gonna end up returning it. It's just, it's not a finish that I would typically go in and choose on a daily. So yeah, those two products are unfortunately the ones that didn't work out for me. Hopefully I can get another of the rose oil that's not damaged, and I'm just gonna go ahead and return that natural finish foundation. That's just not for me. But yeah, that is it. I hope you guys liked the video. Please comment and subscribe. I will be linking all my social media down below, my Instagram and my Twitter, so if y'all want to go ahead and follow me on there. I am pretty much posting stories all the time. It really is hard to keep up with everything else, full-time work, my husband and my kids. Hit that bell so that you're notified when I post a new video, and that's pretty much it. I will see you guys in the next one.